Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Previously, we began the fifth and probably final case, and it's a bit interesting to think that, technically speaking, only cases 1 and 5, this one, are actually set in the present. 2, 3, and 4 were all flashbacks. Some by a matter of hours, though. Anywho, so it looks like the Yatagarasu, well, quote-unquote the Yatagarasu, has struck the embassy for a third time. In the past, it was just the Cadopian embassy, but in the many years since, Cadopia has split into two nations, Alabast and Babal. And a fire broke out here on the Babal half of the embassy, they share a building, and poor Manny Cochin was killed. It looks like he was stabbed, maybe. At any rate, he seems mostly untouched by the fire, but maybe that's just because of the rating this game is going for. I think showing a burned corpse is a whole lot worse than like a slightly bloody corpse, so who knows. So, poor Kay got accused of all of this mess, and now we need to investigate and find out what really happened. So let's take a look at everything. Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. Wouldn't that be like a... You want to join the military for that, maybe? I don't know. You may want to, Detective. However, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on the display rack, sir. The knives. We read in the pamphlet here... Wait. Oh, there's 2 pages, that's right. Yeah. A set of 3 finely crafted knives per country. Okay, we need to check and see if the knife on the ground near the body looks like these. Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. Oh... That makes sense. The hilts would be burnt off. Maybe they were wrapped in leather. I guess the handles all got burnt off by the fire. Oh, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Paleno, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives. It was a huge mistake not to have these be literal butterfly knives. You know, like the kind that the spy in Team Fortress 2 uses. It's a real knife type. The pun was right there. Are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Paleno, what is this notch here for? Oh, that. It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them. Uh-huh. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. Oh. There are so many shenanigans that are happening because of that. Oh, jeez. Okay. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia. Wait, wow, actually, yeah, I see the St. Louis Arch, the top half of the Statue of Liberty. Is that the Space Needle? Yeah, Seattle represent. I'm from Washington. Best state. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babalese embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and our tourism industry. Copying our notes in class, are we? If they have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them in for a few buffets. Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Babal? Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babal if I have to. Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? Oh, Gumshoe, call him Tantalus. The food is just out of reach. It looks like this was once a grand-grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir? If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but... Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself, but... That's quite enough, detective. Okay. We already spoke to everyone once in the last video, so it's just things to look at now. Is that... that almost looks like the Steel Samurai, but... Wait, is that not the Steel Samurai? I know that's a Western-style sword, but... Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder. Wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Primiduck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Oh, right, they were competing here tonight to see which statue was actually the real one. Babal and Alabast each have a statue. Wouldn't this statue of this size just be called a statuette? Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins. Yes, thank you. Huh. Weird. This ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling. A ceiling fan? What does one of those do? Oh my god. Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one's ceiling. Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept. Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep. I feel like... You know that bit from The Simpsons where like an apartment wall falls away and Lenny is just in there in his underwear eating some cereal in his tiny no furniture apartment, and he's like, "Please don't tell them how I live." Yeah, no, that's Gumshoe. That's what Gumshoe is. So our victim was the Secretariat of this embassy, I take it. Manny Kochin. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable. The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Kochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? Alright, nook and crannies. There's something in his pocket. There appears to be something in his pocket. This key. It can't be. Oh. Isn't this Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's... Huh? 7 years ago? You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kei's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu. Someone on my Discord, or maybe it was a YouTube comment, they said that the pun in this name might be Callous to You. And I like that. It makes sense. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife. Eek! Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you were a suspect in. Franziska, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Mrs. Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. Oh, I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... it's in the hilt. Can I open it? Hello? Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. That's the alabaster flower. But the construction of this knife should predate the split of Cadovia. It should be a butterfly on the flower. Is this knife key a fake or what? I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern on the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? I just realized. This knife is the butterfly. It's a butterfly knife. Oh my god! I was just talking about it. Oh my god. It's a butterfly knife. Oh. That is outrageously clever. It is so thematically on point. Okay, I feel like when they wrote this game, they started with the whole butterfly flower, butterfly knife thing, and then wrote the entire rest of the game around that one concept. That is so good. Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sirs? I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. Oh. Stars. I'm not seeing it. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. Six-sided stars. Oh. I suppose if you look at it, well... I'm not seeing it. I I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babalese Embassy's secretariat holding this? While we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Cadopian Embassy. That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer. I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Cadopia. Why don't you ask Ambassador Paleno about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Cadopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. Well, shit, okay. It's a knife wound. It's obvious what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed. Okay. Yeah, that blade does look very similar to the one on the wall. Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose this means that we now know the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me, too. Although, it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy. Huh, but the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. Well, that's Babal. To be sure. Okay, the crime scene is telling me that this knife was taken fresh off the rack and used to kill them, but so long as the handles could be removed, there's gotta be some switcheroo that happened at some point. Has this crime scene been doctored as well? That is a question. Is that spilled water or glass right here? What is that? You see this on the ground? What is this? Manny Cochin. I've seen him before. He was a suspect in the KG8 incident. And I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu. I wonder if there is a connection between his murder and the KG8 incident. I think that might be it for here. Anything about his suit? Or... yeah, no, it's just his whole body. Okay. I think we're done here. How about this safe? A small personal safe. This was Mr. Cochin's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here. Ah, of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. Oh. Well, the Yatagarasu's key originates in this embassy. Perhaps this opens the safe. We can logic that out later. For now, let's speak to Paleno. Get some answers. Ambassador Paleno, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cadopia. Cadopia, alright. What would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh, how fascinating. Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? In its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Codopia. And how did you come to that conclusion? It has both of Codopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Codopia. Okay, that's the logic I need. Ambassador Paleno, this key was stolen from the Codopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. I'm familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal had become its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Cochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. One thing's for sure. The key was brought back here at some point. Okay, let's try some logic. Wow, that's a lot of logic. Holy crap. Okay, key used on embassy. The safe has a key to open it. We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket. Which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to this personal safe in his office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket, it literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, Detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. Yeah, it looks like there's some little corners of a piece of paper sticking out. This has a false back. What is this here? Looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch, not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before. Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is that it has 2 compartments. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the natural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, the safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct, and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there is no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on the safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. It looks like this little bit down here is what opens this door. But I think this little keyhole right here opens something else. Hey, there's a hole here, sir. It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole. Wow, that's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? It's shaped kinda like a star, don't you think, sir? Again with the stars. Detective, I would hardly call that a shape of a star. There must be some reason for this hole. Well, there's gotta be some reason why this hole is shaped so weirdly, you know? Am I overthinking this? No, I don't think so. Maybe I am overthinking things? Nah, there's no way I could ever do that. Detective Gumshoe, could you please be quiet for a second? You're frightening me. Yeah, they were on the same page, weren't they? Okay. Yeah, let's use the key on it. Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Franziska? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Hold it!
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is a keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe? Oh my god, all this talking, just open it. Just put the key in there. That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
Objection!
The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of the safe. I think this is the first and only time in the entirety of the Ace Attorney franchise where I think they're talking too much. Just put it in the hole! We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key. Yeah, that's why you just put the blade in, because it has the same pattern with the stars. This might be the single coolest and best piece of evidence in the series. Look at that. Wow! Okay. Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cochin's safe in the Cadopian embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to a safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking? Oh! It appears you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever it is hidden inside the secret section must be incredible importance. Then, it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Oh? Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe. Eek. Yes, sir. Open it now, sir. Okay. It looks like a plate depicting Mount Fuji, a drinking gourd with a Chinese dragon wrapped around it, a statue of some sort of four-legged creature, with how slender it looks like an otter, and 2 pieces of paper. These items, it's a bunch of funny-shaped things. Guess they're... Oh. Man, the one con of reading everything out loud is that I don't get time to read the funny things that get interrupted. Okay. You're in the way. Now, move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art. They're identical to ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. Okay, one thing at a time. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Eek! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break? Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? I wanted to get more precise descriptions, but whatever. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Oh. Page 2 of 3 is missing. Well, the document is signed, Manny Cochin. Mr. Cochin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. Oh, can we... Whoa, we can't read it? Hello? To build this sort of trick into one's safe is really something. Yeah, it's neat how this safe has 2 compartments, but what's really impressive is that at the other end of this key was another key. I totally hadn't noticed. I wonder if Mr. Cochin was just paranoid or if he has secrets of that great a value. Speaking of paranoid, I went to sharpen both ends of my pencil. But then when I went to erase something, I got all paranoid that I was gonna stab myself. Wouldn't both ends be the same no matter which way you were holding the double sharp? But okay, Gumshoe, why? Please refrain from dispensing your special brand of unrelated stories while on duty. Yes, sir. Is there nothing else? Okay. Are we done? I think we're done. Well, we can logic some new things. Let's see. Motif on knife handle. It's butterfly. Well, these are both butterflies, so... can combine these two. The design on the knife's handle, it greatly resembles a special bobbly species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here, this knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. Okay, I feel like I should get some logic about the smuggled art first. Like, it's right here, dude. Okay, Gumshoe has something new to say. It looks like all that's left is a bunch of burnt stuff. But, well, I guess we've got all the info we need now, huh, sir? Yes, it would appear so. But you know, after all this is said and done, I still have no idea of what's going on. Nope, not a clue, sir. I just can't figure it out. Huh. Detective Gumshoe, it's nothing to get so worked up over. Oh, you mean I should use that thing, right? Defunction? No, that's not it. Projection? No, that's not it either. I think it sounded like... Oh, I've got it. Lock it. It's logic, Detective. Logic. Now that I have collected some information, the next step is to connect a few of them together to see if I can make sense of this mess. Okay, we're sure there's no other things, like... Heleno, do you have anything to say about the safe? Can I present stuff? Like, I don't even have the safe contents as evidence. Well... Really? That's kind of baffling that this isn't evidence. But not even the paper. Okay, actually... Oh, I can't deduce. There's nothing to deduce. Okay, I was gonna try and see if I could do that. Well, nothing else for it then. Let's try the logic connection here. Franziska might have been in pursuit of a smuggling ring, and the embassy had a dirty secret. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Franziska, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babli's embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case in more depth. Yes, let's. Franziska, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that. Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off. Oh, page 2 of 3. There you go. Okay, maybe it's just that my sequence broke. This accounting document. It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the kingdom of Cadopia. Oh, the special paper and ink, maybe? Which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabast and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Franziska for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. Alright. Okay, now maybe we can deduce. Yep, there it is. Okay, it's really nice that it wouldn't even let me deduce until I had what I needed. Take a good look at these documents, Franziska. It says that there are three pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now, take a look at the smuggling activity documents in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Bobbley's ink. Bobbley's ink? Bobbley's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume was ever exported.
Hold it.
And that reason is? That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Okay, look. We've once dealt with, Borginian cocoons. Cocoons made by a very special species of caterpillar whose material can... Well, it's the key ingredient in a certain life-saving type of medicine. And Borginia absolutely does not allow the smuggling or exporting of cocoons whatsoever. And that, I thought, was bullshit because it's literally life-saving for a known disease. If someone needs it, let them have it. Make bank off of it. Now this is a matter of a nation not letting ink out of the country? And I'm like, what? What's with this world and the stingy exporting of goods? What's the deal? In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin. Well, you don't know that at all. Manny could have been just one person pretty high up on the chain, but nothing points to him being the head. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling ring. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Franziska, you must know that Manny Cochin was a suspect in the KG-8 incident. Of course I know. On top of being the head of a smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Investigation complete. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be? Now come along quietly, Yadagarasu, K. Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I chased the fake Yadagarasu in here, and he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Hold it.
I like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Who are you to use the word foolish? Wait, so... I think I just actually got my first good look at her eyes there. They're not red. They're pink. And, my God, at this point, I have to ask, was someone at Capcom a fan of Homestuck? Like Ace Attorney 4, Apollo Justice, had straight up honest to God Dave Strider, and now Sheena here. Yeah, that's honest to God Rose Lalonde. Like, there was already a superficial similarity, but come on, that hairstyle with the pink eyes, like, man, Homestuck was great. I miss Homestuck. That was a good read. Anyway, why arrest Kay? Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body. Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu. I mean, she's wearing the logo on her clothes, so... Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Ah, look! How many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu. Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. I just realized, isn't that coat that's hanging up on the left, isn't that like some sort of Texas cowboy ranch looking shirt? Like, it has, like, those chest tassels I kind of see. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's right next to all the other USA memorabilia. Also, yeah, that totally is the Space Needle. Hell yeah. Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us. Of course, I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. Yo! In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into the embassy. Oh, wait. No, wait, I want to go back, damn it. Okay. The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. Oh. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. Oh no! Okay, I think I'm just picturing Gumshoe just kind of silently backing off, maybe looking for a place to ditch his coat. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears. That was good. That was really good. Okay. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lane's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. Well, okay, looks like that got added to the testimony. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. If that's the case, one, why was the key found in the body's pocket? Why would the Yatagarasu return the key where they stole it from? Why wouldn't they just take it or leave it at the scene? And two, the Yatagarasu has had the key for the last 7 years. There's all sorts of things wrong with this. Let's see if we can't present something. Yeah, the key was stolen 7 years ago.
Objection!
Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him.
Objection!
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Need? Reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. Uh-oh. 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 Well, I think this might be the best place to end things. Got it. Technically speaking, all we did was finish half of exploring a room and doing like maybe 1/4 or 1/3 of a cross-examination testimony thing. We didn't do a lot, did we? But we learned a lot. Yeah, mark my goddamn words. Somewhere at some point the knife handles were swapped. Something fucky happened with the knife handles, I swear. And for that matter, something was smuggled in the Steel Samurai Daddy's cart that held the Samurai Jr. Something was smuggled. Like, we saw them go from the Babalese embassy into the Alabastin embassy. We might have to wait and get a clue once we are allowed in there to have a look. Yeah, The Steel Samurai is probably at the center of this, who knows? Maybe at the time the autograph was being signed and Edgeworth was standing right there next to him, maybe the real murderer was in the costume, as a disguise. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, maybe the murderer, the Steel Samurai didn't speak at all. Maybe whoever was in there was fearing that Edgeworth or someone nearby would recognize their voice. Yeah, all things considered, this case, maximum shenanigans potential. It's a bit bonkers. And boy, I'm still reeling over the reveal of the whole butterfly knife thing. It's just so goddamn clever. Oh man, whoever had a hand in writing this game, pat yourself on the back for that one. Just do that. You deserve it. Anywho, looking forward to seeing what happens next. In the meantime, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.